Alright guys, so right here, got some stuff going on with the wagon, or the hitch for the wagon. As you can see, we got these two hose clamps welded onto the rebar. If you look on the back, you can see my welds. They're not the prettiest, but these are probably like the strongest welds I've ever laid down, because I did a ton of welding yesterday. I did all this work yesterday, and as you can see, I tried to do welding for the hitch on the bike, and I just got tons of splatter all over the seats right there. And as you guys know, I messed up my fender, so I just took that off. I'm going to be running no fenders for a little while. I'm going to hopefully be riding this thing off-road this Saturday in Mexico, Mexico. So, hopefully go out to Mexico, ride this thing off-road this weekend, most likely Saturday. And hopefully going to be having a friend over here to go ride with me, if he wants to ride. Otherwise, I guess I'll just ride by myself on Sunday or something. But I got the trailer all good. Going to be installing the hitch so that if my friend does want to go ride, or his parents let him ride, we can take turns riding on the trailer, because I want to ride this thing. And it's going to be kind of weird seeing this bike while not riding it, because nobody's ever rode my bike besides me. So it's going to be kind of weird seeing that. But, destroyed my fender a little bit, spatter on my license plate and my seat. I don't really care about those two, because I can just plasti dip over that, or just spray paint straight over that. And those license plates are like $2 or $3. But kind of pissed about my fender, because you can only buy fenders for this bike in a pair, front and back, and that's like $30, $40, I think. And I'm not about to spend $30, $40 just to replace some pieces of plastic, so gonna have to deal with this. Tons of little craters. I took a little nail and I popped out all the pieces of metal, so I guess that's all good. And I'm going to be buying a new SD card on Black Friday, because right now I currently have 40 minutes of video space left on this one. And you'd be surprised in just making little clips how fast 40 minutes goes away. So I'm going to buy a 32 gig SD card over Black Friday, because hopefully they go on sale for $10. But I got to install this. Hose clamps are finally welded. Ruined my fender and got spatter on my seat and license plate, and the hitch just fell off literally after that, so that was not worth it. So what I did was I took the hose clamps and the hitch off the bike, and then I welded it just on a piece of wood. There's the aftermath of the first weld. Here's the second, much thicker welds. Here it's just tons of spatter everywhere. This, I actually got some decent penetration over the weld. And I was kind of looking at videos on how to get better at welding, because, complete noob. And I'm using a Harbor Freight Flex Fire welder, so kind of got to learn to get good welds. So I found that, going a lot slower with this welder helps a lot. I used to go, super fast over the welds. If I was welding this hose clamp to this piece of rebar, I would literally just be moving the gun like that. But for here, I kind of just went a lot slower and just kind of went like that, and then back and forth all the way across here. And that did way better. I don't know if you can see that, but I got a good bead around there. And I pretty much just stacked a bunch on top of each other. That's why that looks so bad, but it'll be strong. And I think I'm just going to upload this video by itself. And then this weekend on Friday, I'll probably be filming, and then on Sunday you guys will see the video. I'll have my friend ride on the trailer, and I'll have him film from trailer point of view, and I'm gonna probably put the camera on my helmet and then do off-roading, because that's probably gonna be the best way to do it. Maybe do some chest mount things, I don't know. But that's it for today, guys. That's my update on what's going on and what you guys will be seeing this weekend, hopefully. And so, yeah. Alright guys, so I originally wasn't going to make a follow-up to this video, because I was just going to hose clamp this hitch on, but this ended up being the absolute biggest pain ever that I just went through. And pretty much what happened here, thought this was just going to be a piece of cake. Tying these hose clamps down, all good. As you can see, it is all good right now, but to get it here, it was a journey. So these two hose clamps were just not threading through. The ends, as you can see right now, are so warped. Like, if you guys just take a good look at that, that is curved. Like, alright, let me bend this piece up so you guys can see that better. That is just completely curved. Like, that conforms with your pinky. Because this worm gear that's supposed to, sorry about that, guys. The landscapers are so obnoxious. But, this worm gear here pretty much just warped that so hard. But, what happened for this one was, it was just having a little bit of trouble going through, because obviously after doing that much welding, everything's a little bit, different shape. But also, this one, when I welded it on, it actually welded on a little bit at an angle. Let me just put my finger, like, straight up right there. So, as you can see, it's a little bit more like that, instead of straight up like this. Like, if you see these two, this one, straight up and down, this one is not. So, after I got this threaded through about halfway, I'd say, I noticed that it was hitting against this one piece. Try and get a new hose clamp to show you guys this. Well, anyway, there's like this little piece that's up inside, right in there, and pretty much it's supposed to just keep the hose clamp flat so that this curvature does not happen. But pretty much it was just getting stuck on that piece. And so I got that through halfway, because I just pushed against the other side here. Like, I was just going like that while tightening it to get through. But then once it got to here, since this is angled, since it's angled this way, it was just hitting this side right here, and it was going like upwards. So this worm gear was not even touching the rest of the hose clamp, and it was just hitting this side. So pretty much I had to get a pair of pliers right here, and I just had to clamp down onto that piece to bend it downward so the worm gear would hit it, and then just push it over, and then just hold down the hose clamp part against the worm gear while tightening it, and then the rest went well, so that was okay. But then this side right here, I'm literally going to take like 4 minutes to explain this. It wasn't going through. I still do not know why, because this is not warped or freaking anything. But as I was tightening this through, kinda like just had to take a pair of vice grips right here. And so just imagine this hose clamp is still not tightened all the way, because these hose clamps are like this big when they're not. So just imagine that. I had to take these vice grips and I had to clamp them down on that to push against the side that's coming through. Like, imagine the piece like going into there. I had to put the vice grips over it to push it in against it so I could tighten it. And then pretty much just had to keep doing that, keep tightening down the vice grips, and keep pushing that piece through. That was such a pain, because I couldn't even figure out why it was doing that. This I knew, so I just had to, like fix that. But this side, oh my gosh, was such a pain. This literally took me like 45 minutes to tighten these two hose clamps. This one was such a pain. I have to figure out how that happened. I still don't even know. It was such a pain though. This is going to end up being like a 9-minute video again, because I talked for 4 minutes before this, and I just talked 4 minutes now. So, if you guys got to this part, you guys are the real MVPs for watching this whole video. But, thanks for watching, guys. Keep up with the trailer builds, and stay tuned.